Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. Hope you guys are doing well today. And we're back healing a +8 Nokhud Offensive. Um, we did the Court of Stars a little while ago. I went into a Algathar Academy 9 and the key fell apart at the first boss. We had one person who was doing extremely good DPS, and then everyone else just was doing pretty much nothing, unfortunately. So, don't know where everyone's landing. Oh, we're landing over here. So we are back in another key. Let's keep our mental up and yeah, just not let this evoker die. That's a great start. So we have a Havoc Demon Hunter, a Frost Mage, a Devastation Evoker, and a Prot Warrior, and obviously me as Preservation Evoker in this run. I was reflecting on the Court of Stars. This dude's taking so much damage. I had to kick out a lot of healing then. That's not ideal. Yeah, so I was reflecting on the Court of Stars and how there is definitely some stuff there where I could do better personally, and that in itself would have changed kind of how the key went. So I'm a big one for kind of self-reflection. I feel like if I'm doing everything perfect, then that's great. But if I'm not, then maybe there is some things I can improve on, and I should be doing that before I focus on other people. So Um, yeah, I wanted to do a little bit more damage in that run. I felt like my damage was a little bit lower than it should be. I also feel like my positioning wasn't fantastic, and that's something that I typically prided myself in. In fairness, I always thought my positioning was pretty damn good, but I've got aggro, and I think it's a fixate, so I'm not going to blame the tank. Get a Dream Breath off on everybody. I might have to rewind here, which isn't ideal at all. If you're in this position, guys, one, stop standing in stuff like this Evoker's doing, because he has stood in a lot of stuff. But the other part is, throw a heal on yourself. Yeah, your DPS might not be great, but you'll survive. Dead DPS does no DPS. People do forget this. I am smashing through healing at the moment, literally kicking out an absurd amount of healing for really, like last week this had been like 10k HPS. So happy that I'm kicking out the healing, of course, that's great, but not great that I have to put it out. We've switched to current fight so I can see what I'm kicking out. Obviously, I want to make sure that I'm doing good. I said and stuff then. I can't really fault myself for that, but I was channeling and talking. I don't know what is that dude is doing. Is he just stood in everything? Because he's taking so much damage. I'm really seeing the value of Spirit Bloom this week. I'm not going to lie. That it was something that was probably undervalued in my kit. A little bit, but I'm very much noticing right now that I without it I'd be struggling. Oh, much nicer pack. Look how much damage I can kick out when I don't have to worry about dying every two. Oh, the people then start dying. Of course they do. Let's get a Dream Breath out. He stood. He just backstepped as I was kicking out the Dream Breath as well. Okay, so I'm actually going to throw a Temporal Anomaly out now. So I did this last week, and one of the things I noticed last week was I was trying to do 700 mechanics at once. I was trying to keep everyone alive because it's quite a healing intensive boss. I was trying to DPS. I was trying to do the mechanic, and I found that it was just a little bit too much. So I am keeping people very healthy right now. It is this one, and the mage looks like he's doing it. So happy days. We're not going to worry about the mechanic then if that's the case. If he seems to be capable of actually doing it, we're not going to worry about it. So going to try and kick out as much damage as possible instead. Get a slow onto the Saboteur. Gonna get a spirit. Oh, okay, fine. I won't get a spirit bloom out. Ruin my spirit bloom, boss. Oh god, why did you do that so early? Yeah, no, that's a wipe now, right? If he erupts, we're in trouble. I'm gonna just stand over here because I want to be ready. We do have a rewind, which means we can probably get through a little bit of damage. I'm not hitting anybody with these temporal anomalies. It's costing me a lot of mana, so something to reflect upon. I feel like we shouldn't. He's got low enough health anyway. Never mind. I'm not sure if he's big brained that or I've little brained it, which is not a saying, but it should be. This next boss is actually the one I'm worried about. This next boss has a huge healing check in terms of the lightning storm phase, and it doesn't really lighten up during the orb phase. So I am going to have to try. I'm going to be trying to pick up as many orbs as possible there. I'm going to land here. Yeah, I'm going to be trying to pick up as many orbs as possible. I want my healing to be the most important thing. Obviously, of course, I want them to do as much damage as possible. I would almost say that there's a better route here going to the Tyr Maruk next and coming back with Bloodlust to this boss. Even better, clear all this trash now, then go and do the trash by Tyr Maruk, and as soon as Bloodlust comes off cooldown, travel back. Obviously, traveling's so quick anyway with dragon riding. I think I actually would prefer that route, but it's not my choice. It's not my run. I'm not. I'm not in charge. I haven't really looked at routing too much. It seems the thing is, it's got very obvious routing. This dungeon, so you would naturally just follow the linear route. But I think actually we'll see some interesting stuff from people eventually. And bang. I've not been dispelling bursting very much. It's just not doing that much damage, to be honest. I'm not finding I have to. I'm finding that this evoker seems to stand in everything, which is my job. Get the kicks. I find I probably don't kick priority targets as much as I need to as well, or as much as I could be. Something that I do need to work on. So I'm looking at all of this not from the mindset of doing plus nines or eights or tens or whatever. I'm looking at this from the mindset of doing 20s. What do I need to improve on right now to be doing 20s? And realistically, there's a lot actually, and that's obviously not nice to say. That's not great. I'd like to. Everyone thinks that they can do more than they actually can, but I think realistically, if you asked me right now to heal a 20, I couldn't do it. But some other people that I do watch on YouTube have been doing 20s with similar gear last week, and obviously last week was a great push week. But yeah, I mean, now they have a gear advantage. Obviously, 20s are going to be easier, but yeah, I'd like to be able to say that I can comfortably heal 15s or certainly sort of low teen keys, but I don't even think that's the case at the moment. And when I look at that, what can I improve? I mean, even this pack, I'm going to have to use a cooldown here. I don't know what did so much damage then, but I've had to rewind and all sorts there. Yeah, shouldn't have to kick out 60k healing on my pack. I don't actually know what went wrong, but it hurt. I am not looking forward to this boss. So, I mean, it's a very simple boss. It is literally just don't let the orbs get to the boss. He has a healing check. Um, but the healing check is large, and the orbs hurt, which doesn't help. I'm going to try and destroy as many as I can here. I'll take that one. So again, one of the issues here is because of my short bloody range, trying to heal anyone is actually a problem. Gonna try and get a Spirit Bloom off here. That was a big Spirit Bloom. Oh, you just need to help me out. Help me help you. Help me help you. So I really want to get over. Yeah, I really don't think I can heal that. How do we do this? Bloodlust helps. Bloodlust would help during the first storm. Yeah, he didn't use Renewing Blaze. Like it's so big. Obviously, I can pick up on him and know his abilities and things like that. Darkness would have been nice. He did use a healing pot, in fairness to him. Yeah, that's a tough old boss to heal. Obviously, we'll have Bloodlust this time, hopefully. Or maybe we won't have it for this one, but this pull. But how do I better heal this? I need to use echoes a lot more, I think. Um, obviously, I don't have temporal anomalies. Not fantastic for this because I just can't put it out on people. Right, I think we're going. The person I am worried about currently is this blokey over here, the Evoker. So I'm going to kick out temporal anomaly. I want to destroy as many of these as possible. Right? Is that the play? There seems to be low damage there. So I'm going to try and pick up as many as possible. Obviously, I want as many stacks as possible to heal through this nonsense. So my Renewing Blaze, we're going to rewind here, which isn't great because using rewind already is not fantastic. But we survived it. I have potentially got. Oh, go away. Potentially got some cooldowns for the next one. Again, I'm really struggling to get people in my range here. I read about that actually. You can cast Living Flame and cast Echo as you're doing it, and it will duplicate it on its way, which is pretty cool. Just random little tidbit. I want some of these. Yep, yep. Thank you, thank you. I want as many of these as possible. Stop taking my orbs. If you want healing, give me orbs. So we can break these. I don't mind that. I'm just trying to. Okay. Looks like you really need to keep these stacks up. Otherwise, you're just going to struggle. Which, I mean, makes sense. It's the boss mechanic, right? I have Spirit Bloom here. We're going to just do it now because, wow, that's so much damage. Do I just not survive this? Please? Oh my lord, that's so much damage. Tough boss. Absolutely tough boss. That's going to be the pug killer. And to think people have done this on 20 last week with like no gear. Bloody hell. But it's dead. We've got plenty of time left. Like, I'm not worried that we weren't going to time it, aside from that boss. If we killed that boss, I was very confident in our ability to time it. But yeah, tough old boss. But hey, it's dead. Let's move on. We kicked out 33.9k. Obviously, that's inflated because of the stacks. But yeah, the tank looked after himself a lot there. I'll give that to him. I did no damage. We really should have saved Bloodlust for it. I think that's probably important. being able to bloodlust that first. I'm using just abilities for no reason at this point. Being able to bloodlust the first storm would it's that seemed to be the choke points is the storms. I could keep everyone up outside of that. So yeah, just interesting things to know. It's what we're learning, isn't it? It's why we're doing this series. And I hope you guys kind of get that. It's literally that's why we're doing this series. I've hit kind of decent levels of M plus keys before. I want to get there again. This is my journey to learn that route. What's changed? What do I need to know? Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Right. I do. This is the nice part for me. I like this little area. It's nice and open. It's not too stressful. Everyone seems to be stacked close enough that they can get temporal anomalies off. Although I really would like a 5 melee group or a 4 melee group and me. It would make my life much easier. Get a nice little dream breath off on everybody. Yeah, so I've recently put out the guide. I presume by the time this video comes out, I will have the guide will have come out for Devastation. Um, I think I've probably put less hours into Devastation, but feel I'm a lot more comfortable with the class compared to, or with the spec, sorry, compared to Preservation. Preservation for me just feels a little bit. It's not tough in terms of like mechanics. I don't know what it is. But it just hasn't quite clicked for me yet. Where I play a spec and I go, that all makes sense. I'm going to Spirit Bloom at the end of this. Just get everyone topped off. Temporal Anomaly and Spirit Bloom is just insane. So, bang, bang. We're even going to deep breath here. Nice little reversion on everybody. He did manage to run out of my deep dream breath there. I swear people do it on purpose, to be honest. I don't know how much percentage we need. Tank seems to know what he's doing, so let him get on with it, I guess. My job is just to do as much damage as possible here. These packs are quite safe, quite nice. These are all avoidable damage. A lot of the casts here just don't seem to do very much. I mean, I've not healed at all on this fight yet. Perfect. That's exactly what you want. You want to be able to just pump as a healer, ironically. So let's get the Dream Breath out on everybody. I'm going to try and top people off a second. Oh, that healing is so nice. So I'm guessing he's pulling things here so we can skip later on. I'm not, again, not 100% sure, but I imagine so. That would make sense. Oh, he's pulling a lot, actually. Do we need to pull all of this? Managed to hit everyone with the Dream Breath, and that was a Verdant Embrace Dream Breath, so people are going to be pretty healthy for a minute. Let's stick a Temporal Anomaly in there, just keep people nice and topped. Prevention is definitely better than the cure here. And bang. That's a lot of bursting stacks. Yeah, I definitely think we bloodlust here. Like, we don't lose anything by bloodlusting. We're not going to 3-chest it. There's a good chance we can 2-chest this. And from what I understand, this boss is probably more of a nightmare anyway. Especially as a friggin' healer. Healing here is not fun. Just trying to spread out a little bit. That's a jump and out of range mage. People really don't respect the the range issues here. And I get if you haven't played a Preservation Evoker, you just won't get it. But it's a very short range, especially as someone who's used to playing casters. Oh God, what's going on? Oh, oh, didn't want to breathe into that. Oh, nice little catch there. That golden hour coming into play. The mage is like really needs to be careful. He's playing very far away from me. I need to no. I need to change my mentality. My mentality is I need to be in range of him. It's my responsibility. Yes, it's obviously nice to say that he should come to me, and sometimes that is absolutely the case. In this one, I'm going to say I could probably position better. So there's a lot of healing needed again. Oh, ooh! I'm so glad that's not a one-shot mechanic. Oh, okay. Trying to breathe fire. Just let me hit you. And dead. Nice. Nice job. Do we really need more percentage? Okay, interesting. Are we just like skipping everything? We must be, surely. Like I said, I did one Nokhud Offensive last week, I think, and I think it was like a 2. So every other key never actually finished. So actually, this is probably one of my first runs of this dungeon in a Mythic Plus environment. So it's interesting to see the route. Don't get me wrong, much happier to kill this trash here than the trash down the road. Oh, we refreshed the burst in there. That wasn't nice. Need to be a little bit careful with that. Rewind always seems to be there to dig me out of trouble. I will say that. Like, it's one of those spells that, yeah, it has a 3-minute cooldown, but it always seems to be there when I need it. It has dug me out of trouble a lot. We need to stop resetting bursting. That'd be nice. So, oof, the big damage. I'm interested to see what my overall is in this. But again, that's something that I am trying to work on. Something you need for the higher keys. You need to be able to kick out that damage as well as the big healing numbers. So yeah, it's one thing that I am trying to work on. What is it at the moment? 12.1k. I think it was 7k in the Court of Stars. So it's gone up a little bit, and that is it makes a difference. A pack's dying slightly quicker, which means we're not having to struggle so much. All that good stuff. Jump off early so I don't actually get stunned down. Going to do this on foot, mainly because I get the double jump and glide. It just makes things easier. Oh, I pulled that. I thought I was at the same pathing as the warrior, but I guess not. Okay, that's bad then. Something to learn. And that really is one of those things that I'm really going into with that mentality. And that's kind of the YouTube stuff at the moment. It really is. Come over here. Don't fly back over, you pleb. Oh, God. Yeah, it's really one thing at the moment, especially with the YouTube stuff, that I'm really trying to focus on is actually taking away lessons from this. What have I learned in this dungeon? I've learned that we probably should bloodlust the second boss, not the first boss. We The second boss is kind of a very very big healing check. We've learned that a routing thing. We've learned a lot about the route in this dungeon. Obviously, very different. Lots of percentage gained after the third boss, which obviously in Mythic Zero, you never really killed any of that because why would you? All this good stuff is like all things that I can take away. What have I learned about the class? Well, actually, we're in a very ranged setup here where I don't get to abuse Temporal Anomaly being overpowered. It's not overpowered, but it's very strong. I don't get to abuse that here. And it's noticeable. I really have, like, healing has been different in this one. If I look at my overall healing here, Temporal Anomaly is typically a lot higher. Dream Breath is normally my highest. But reversion has actually been something that I've relied on like massive amounts in this dungeon. It's still on cooldown, buddy. But yeah, that's it. So I'm really trying to go with the mindset of what can I learn, and I think there's a lot I can learn out of these dungeons at the moment on lower levels that will help in future runs. So the Warrior C is going to kick far right. I'm going to kick far left. I didn't know it was like such a priority thing that you assigned kicks to it, but that's interesting. Okay, it's quite a lot of healing needed in this phase. I'm taking so much damage. Oh my god. Like, were they not tanked? It looks like it wasn't. Okay, that was painful. Okay, a little bit scary there, but we recovered. I used every button though. Something I do need to get better with on Evoker is almost trusting the process. Sometimes I don't need to press every button. Sometimes I could have just rewinded early there and it wouldn't have been such an issue. So, yeah, okay. Wasn't fun. But short of a wipe, I think we're in a good place at the moment that I'd be very surprised if we don't two chest this. And I'd say that's quite a successful thing. I'd say that's good for me. Obviously, I understand there are people doing a lot higher keys at the moment, and they'd probably see me doing this and have 100 comments about everything I'm doing wrong. But hey, I know that I'm capable of doing high keys. I've done them before. The confidence is there. Um, right now, it's just building that ability back up. So we're going to get pulled together. I'm going to jump away. I really don't use Emerald Blossom very much. Is that something I don't know if I should be? I don't know if I'm trolling by not using that. Let's get a nice Dream Breath off here if I can. Perfect. And yeah, definitely Bloodlust, the third boss, not the fourth one. Fourth one's very easy aside from that middle phase. And we got no loot. Sad face. Sad panda. Well, that's a very nice necklace though, good sir. But yeah, so hope you guys have enjoyed another clean run. Well, we two chested it, so actually it was quite a clean run. Over 1,000 keystone rating now. So happy days. Thanks for watching and catch you later. Goodbye.